On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And his first pass is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing we often talk about is setting the... tone in a game. How about this? They came after him on play 1 and put him on the turf and forced an incompletion.
Something for him to think about immediately right off the bat.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to back off either. I think that they had success on the first play. Typically, when a defense does that, they've announced to you that this is what they plan to do throughout the game. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 75 yards. And the Bengals are going to take the first quarter lead. Well, the underdog here is showing no fear. Great opening drive.
Now, we weren't in the locker room for the pregame speech, but I will guarantee you, somewhere along the way, the head coach said, let's just grab a big stick and smack them with it and let them know we're going to be here today. They may be the team that's supposed to be superior, but we're not backing down to anyone.
And on the road, no less, setting the tone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
29-yard line.
Rivers and the Colts going to come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. First carried out for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He was brought down.
Mackenzie Alexander in on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
1st and 10.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, Rivers. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates. Another try after the first down sack. Rivers, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Nyheim Hines, and it's 3rd down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
50 cents. Mike! Check tight. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Alpha! He's crashing. He's checking crash.
3rd and long for Rivers. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert.
29-yard line.
Marlon Mack, his first carry of the game. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, 79! 79! Hey, easy.
To throw is Rivers. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
3rd and goal for Rivers. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
For the Colts field goal. A 22-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Bengals' 33-yard line.
Rivers hands this one to Mack. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
Switch gears. Hey, Delta!
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Colts 3.
180! 180! Keep it skinny! Check 24! Check 24! Jim! Hey! Motion!
A play fake to Mack. Now Rivers. Looking for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
On second down, here's Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now Burrow on 1st down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner.
A loss of 6 yards. It's second down.
That's a screen. Mark 54.
On second down, Burrow. That's complete to John Ross. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
And that'll set him back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. After the penalty, it's Mixon. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
At the 16-yard line. A gain of 14 brings up 2nd and 1.
On second down, Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
He was
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown.
to A.J. Green.
A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
The score, Bengals 14, Colts 3.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, downtown! 12.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Fighting Hilton on his slant.
Rivers.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And he's got his man, Hilton. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
89.
First down, Rivers. This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Left. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Rip right. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Play action now. Rivers. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Intercepted. They'll take over first down and goal at the 3-yard line.
So quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3.
Hey, 79. Check 99. 6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 29-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Rodgers on the return. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman that time, but it's going to be second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Mike 55.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Forced out to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
1st down, Bengals.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And Green with a catch left side. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
The Bengals 1st down.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Rodgers on the return. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Rodgers on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
To try again after the sack. Rivers in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Sam Hubbard in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get the run game going. This is Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
6-yard line.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Randy Bullock on for the field goal. A 23-yard.
And Bullock will put this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
At the 21-yard line.
Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back now in Indianapolis.
With the score.
It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A Rivers throw going to be caught by Pittman. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, Rivers. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Rivers here on target to Pascal. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. 57's the mic. Rock 57. Stay with your man.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
Hey, 57's the mic. Go, go, go. Watch they rock it. Safety's creeping.
4th down, Rivers. And this is incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked up by Kenny Moore. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Sam Hubbard picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And now here is another interception. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they open the lead up now to 25. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Rodgers on the return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Back to it after the pick 6. Rivers. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
57 to Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hines. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Sam Hubbard getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Rivers on the money, complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Malik Hooker, there in coverage. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
On 3rd down, Burrow going deep downfield for Ron. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line.
A gain of 43.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Mike 5-4, Mike.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Jay Green, incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like
The
4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Cincinnati.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.